Hey, it's Ben from SellingGroceries.com, and today I want to talk to you about a website called PublicSurplus.com. Now, this goes along with a lot of the other videos I've done about sourcing inventory online. We have all the way we talked about Craigslist, we talk about eBay, and a lot of the sites that everybody knows, but I want to spend a few days going over different types of websites that you may not know about, and you can find some really good deals out there. So this is one of them I stumbled on sort of by accident. What happened was I was on Craigslist and I found a great deal on some projectors, and I had never touched a projector other than seeing them at school, but guy was selling 30 of them. I think I paid maybe a little less than $300. So I ended up getting these projectors for $10. They're the overhead projectors, the one you remember from school. You put the transparencies on them. Big, bulky, took up half of my garage. Wife was not too pleased until I ended up selling them, because it turned out that, when I did my research, I saw that those projectors were going for between $80 and $100. Now, sometimes you'll see that and think it's too good to be true, and sometimes it is, but it actually turned out that I was selling them for 80 to 100. So I paid 10 a piece, sold them for, between 80 and 100. Now, shipping was pretty expensive and it took time to prep them. It took me a good 20, 30 minutes because I had glass on it and things like that to box them and ship them. But I was on them for the most part. Had $10 into it, and after fees and shipping and everything else, I was still getting $70. So we're looking at 7 times the money, and it's hard to find that. So, so back to public surplus. What happened at that point, the good part of Craigslist is you can find tons of things that people are getting rid of that you may never have sold before or thought to sell. So you find these gems, and now, here it was. It took me about, I don't know, 5 or 6 months to sell them all, but now I'm saying, hey, where can I get more of these? Because now it's hard to find them. So doing a little Google searching, I came across this website, and it turns out this is a site kind of like those government auctions, but this is more specific to local businesses, things like schools, local governments, universities. So you'll find a lot of things that the schools, universities would use, books, and even vehicles. I mean, you'll have some of the city offices that they're doing maintenance and roads and things like that. So you'll find some heavy equipment. So sometimes you stumble across some really good deals, and let me just show you really quick how to look through. So what I do is I'll hit browse and select the region, and I'm going to go and choose Georgia is where I live. So obviously you choose your own state. If you live near a metropolitan area, that's always good because you'll have more choices to choose from. But you just never know, because there's all types of schools and local government offices. So you never know what you're going to find. But so here in the main, once you do the initial filter, I can see all of the stuff that's for sale in Georgia. And then I kind of look at it, and I have my, I like to look at the computers, and we can just click on that real quick. I'll show you, for example. And it's a little bit sluggish, but it will come up here in a minute. Okay, so for example, let's go here, assorted computers, and current price is $500, 6 bids. And this is a university. Okay, so we know it's college. So here we go. We got 14 iMacs, three all-in-ones, 20-inch, and these are good size monitor. So I know these have value. Any of the Apple products, you could get a great dollar on eBay, and possibly on Amazon too. But they're always in demand, so I know there'd be no problem selling. I would say right off the top of my head that the larger, well, let's look on Amazon real quick. I'm curious. iMac 21 inch, let's say, and then we can kind of let's limit it to, can we just, well, I'll take a quick yeah, see, this is bringing up. All right, so obviously this is the newer ones, $1,500, but if we clicked in, I'm just curious if they do sell used, 5 used and new. All right, so let's go in used and just see. So talk about holding your value, and we might not be comparing apples to apples here. So no question that, you don't have a lot of details here. You could certainly call the company A lot of times they'll put contact, questions, so you need to log in, and then you can get access to an email form where you could go ahead and email the people selling it, and you can ask for more details on it. But here you got models too, so you can go ahead and Google the model number, and you could, because generally things like the Apple iMac, with the model number, they're pretty standard across the board. So you can certainly do your research and find out how much this is worth. And so here we've got 5 days and 6 hours left. So that's going to kind of go much higher. And but still, if you got that money to invest, we are talking about, if these machines run, there's money to be made there. I like to look at the books too, because books seem to really provide you with a nice return on investment. And so here we have various books and then assorted books, right? So if we go assorted books, and then I look to here, Griffin, Georgia, I like to see how far of a trip it would be for me. 586 assorted textbooks, starting at $50, got 7 days. This is a new listing, by the way. And here to kind of give you a glimpse. I like to look at this. This gives me a quick kind of overview, like what am I looking at here? You can see, are they newer? Are they textbooks? Are they paperbacks? Kind of give you an initial starting point for whether to dig deeper or just move on. And I do see some textbooks here, and of course here sometimes you will have a list, and it'll give you ISBN numbers and things like that, which you can go in and search on Amazon for. So this one here, various books. All right, so this one's $113.50. Currently started at $40. You got 5 bidders. You'll be competing against other folks, no question. So I'll punch this in and look at. Okay, good. Here they're giving you ISBN numbers, so you can kind of look at it. And what I like to do is run one or two of the ISBN numbers just to see. 978-007. I think I searched for this one already. Let's go 978-007 and 874-7687. 874-7687. All right, Introduction to Business, that's the book, right? We saw the picture, so we know that's it. And this is great. I mean, you can look and see. We'll go to the used books, and we'll say prime, because we would send them into FBA. And I mean, look at that, 35, 37. That's some good money right there, and that's for good and acceptable condition. So these books look like they might be more in very good condition. You don't know for sure. They'll pull out a good book out of the box and take a picture of that one, but the rest of them could be beat up. So obviously, when you're considering buying these things, what you want to do is place, because we talked about this, that you make your money when you buy, not when you sell. So anytime you decide to dig into something like this, you want to make sure that you've got kind of like a worst case scenario factored into your bid price. You don't want to assume that everything's hunky-dory and they're all going to sell for this high price and it's only going to take me you got to assume minimum price, the longest number of days you're going to keep them in inventory, and that the price could maybe not sell for where you were thinking originally. I mean, you also need to look at stuff like sales rank. I mean, the more you do this business, the more these things will become see, for me to tell you right now, I have trouble myself explaining it, because I realize that a lot of the things I do, the decisions I make have become, automatic, to the point where I have to really think about it. Like, what do I think about? What are all the factors that I look at? And there's just so many of them that, sometimes you just kind of get stuck and say, okay, well, like all the stuff I do here, boom, just check this, check that, check that. So I'll scroll down here. Where's the rank? And that's actually a really good rank for a book. So this one, between the sales rank, the pricing used for even acceptable categories, and it looks to me like this this particular book is a winner. Remember, this lot has a bunch of others. So I'd be interested in this, no question, and I'll probably end up bidding on it. But the fact of the matter is, this is a website that can give you access to all kinds of deals for different things you may not have thought of. And if you got some money to invest, it certainly is a great resource to find some products that you can turn around and sell for a decent profit. So don't forget to take a look at Public Surplus. I hope you like this video, and please do go ahead and hit the like button underneath it. And I hope you would consider subscribing to my channel, because I'm going to keep on digging up gold nuggets and finding different websites where you could buy inventory. We'll get into a few different types of listing tools, and I try to basically anything I do in my business that helps my business, I'd like to tell you about, and hopefully you would consider getting started in this business yourself. And don't forget to visit www.SellingGroceries.com. If you sign up for my newsletter, I'll give you a free copy of my Selling Groceries and More on Amazon. Thanks, and I look forward to speaking with you in the next video.